Hey guys, it's Phantom. I'm making a tutorial for the lapse strategy on Mall for survival, so let's go check it out. I am using a cheat server so that I may kick the bots because bots are sorta dumb. If you want me to make a tutorial on cheat servers, you should message me on that and I will definitely make one. But I want to know what you guys think.
Hold on these pills. Take this first aid kit here.
Now that the bots are out of the way, because they're a waste of time, you know, using up health and everything when they're honestly terrible for doing laps, you know, it makes it a lot easier. So, I mean, let's say you're in a public game, right? Most, like, people with really good times, they down the bots with an auto shotty by going up to them and touching them and spamming 10 shots right into their body. As long as you get 10 full shots in before they take pills or medkits, so just spam M1, they will go down. Let's see. So when you're doing laps, my favorite things to take are the sword because it's a faster cuttable weapon. I take the sniper because I can zoom in and it does a lot of damage because, you know, you can get a headshot and kill pretty much any special infected. I take a molly to burn common around me because pipe bombs, even though like when you throw one, like common will chase it, but common that are still beating you, they won't die. So I think it's easier to get away from common if I just throw molly at the ground and run away from it. So I also use mollies to burn tanks. Now, let's see, more weapons down here. Let's see. So the cricket bat, I think, is the useless one in this map because it's not a cuttable. It can't cut smoker tongues. It's rather slow, and I mean, it has like a smaller like hit chance because sometimes you can like hit common with it and they don't die. I don't know why. The axe has a longer reach, but it's a little bit slower, but still not that bad. And the crowbar is rumored, and I say rumored because I haven't experimented with it, to cut smoker tongues better because of this little curve thing you see here. Let's see, propane tanks, I don't use those at all in this whole game. Shots are definitely used for me. I use them not as health or like to heal or anything really. I use them to defib people. And when I defib, I use a bile. I usually try to hit a common because tanks will chase that as well, not just the horde. But you throw a bile, and your buddy's a little bit farther away from you. Let's say he's over here by this little kiosk. So then I would pop my shot as I'm running right about here, and pull out my defib and defib him. And you always want to protect him because he has about 10 seconds of getting up where he can get hit and take damage, but he can't do anything. And all of his stuff is on the ground, so always make sure to try and protect him, otherwise he's screwed. Okay, so let's get going with the laps. Let's see, you start here, and you hit the button. I usually go over the table. I take 2 cans, make sure one is at the bottom of the stairs. I carry the second one up to the top, set it at this set of case of stairs, go up, and set it here. Now, I have these here like this because, you know, when I'm running away, let's say I'm starting down here from, like, the finish of the first lap, and there's, like, chargers behind me, and a jockey, and a hunter, and a tank chasing me, right? So I can be running, and all I have to do is quickly look behind and shoot that can, and burn everything behind me as I keep running. And that includes common as well, so that'll leave a little bit more of a clear opening. Now you want to shoot out these panels because if there's a tank in this, what they call a safe room, which is this box here, you drop down that hole and start your lap. Now you take these 2 cans and you put that one up there, and you can either save it in this little hole, or what I like to do is I have it in the back, because things show up around in this this little panel here, and you can shoot through it, by the way, so it's not like, you know, it's not like a solid wall that you can't shoot through. People that are in the back watching just the back, usually, you know, one person, sometimes two, they usually have auto shotties, and they, you know, spam the wall that they see anything climbing through. While the people in front, there's usually one here and one here. I mean, they're looking behind the wall, because when tanks throw rocks, I mean, if they throw a rock and it comes at you this way through the hole, it'll hit you, even though it doesn't look like it will. But if it hits this panel, I mean, it's obviously not going to hurt you at all. So people hide over here in this corner, and they'll shoot things and, you know, move back and forth and shoot things from this range and kill things. Tanks like to show up from here, this area here, like across the bridge. They climb up and they'll climb onto that palm tree, and then they also come from here. And when I say tanks, I also meant every other SI and common as well. Common also spawn out of this closet, and sometimes the special infected if you're not paying attention. Special infected and tanks do come from the back as well.
Anybody hear
So
me?
when it, oh dang it, I forgot. A second. I apologize. Now when a tank gets right about here, like where your can is, that's when you want to drop down this hole. So let's say they come from the palm tree, you'll be spamming and shooting the tank, and when he gets to about, you know, there, you want to drop down with the rest of your team. Now if he comes up from the back and you can see him coming from the back here, you want to drop immediately. And so you will drop, and there are multiple different drops along the way. So I clear out like these 3 panels here, and if there's a tank over here on the bridge or here, you just walk off, but you walk off onto this wooden platform, and you'd go like this, and you'd drop, and then you'd go all the way across, jumping over the tables to dodge common, and go all the way up to the top of 3rd floor and start your laps again with the rest of your team.
You guys hear me?
Another drop, which by the way I'll be showing you every single drop, is this one. So you break out, you know, these 2 panels, and then I crouch because it's safer, you don't run off. But you just crouch and you fall off onto this wooden panel here. And, you know, you just do the same thing, you run back, and but I don't know when you'd use that one. I've used it a couple times, but I mean, it's not a majorly used one. Now there's this drop, which, let's say you get right about here and there's a tank here in this area, right? You'd run back and you'd, wait, what? No, I'm sorry, wrong drop. You'd come back this way and you'd drop onto this thing. But you see this little square? That, I mean, you're gonna take 1 fall damage either way, but you want to try and land on this little square here. And if you look, you can see this corner, so it gives you a little bit more space. So you'd start at the edge of the planter, and you'd run and jump and land on it. And you do take like 1 fall damage, but it's not that bad. And then you would, oops, my bad. After dropping there, you'd probably go with the rest of your team, especially if they made it. You'd do floor laps, and you'd come this way. And you'd run along here.
Hello?
And go behind the car, because, you know, it cuts off common a little bit more, and then you jump this way and jump over here, and then go back up and start your laps once again. I'm just gonna go back to the spot I was continuing. So let's say you're on this bridge and somebody, you know, like some random public player shoots this can, right? And there's fire. Well, there's now a tank behind you, and instead of running through the fire and taking a ton of damage, you can now look through this panel, which you've already shot out, and you can run and jump onto the planter, and you're safe. And you dodge the spit and fire. Now, around this corner, charges usually spawn like right as you're running, like right about here. When you get here, they'll spawn in this corner. So what I like to do is when I'm running, I'll run along like closer to the planter and just listen for the charges. That's pretty much the best you can do. There's this drop, which is on that poster, and you run and jump onto the poster, but you have to take an adrenaline shot, so I don't use it because I think it's kind of dumb.
Hello!
And there's this drop, which you shoot out these 2 panels for, and you run and you jump onto this little wooden platform here, and you do take 1 fall damage, but I don't really use it either because there is this drop, which is the one that I would use if there was a tank right about here. Which is when you'd use any of these drops, is when there's a tank like standing in this table area. Is you run and you jump along the wall, so you touch it and stuff, and you know, you jump onto the poster and you don't take any fall damage for it, so it's a win-win. And then, you know, you run and you continue the laps again. And at the end I will show you what a solid lap looks like without any drops, you know, just a normal lap. Now there's also this drop. Let's say if there's, you know, a tank right about here, and you know you can't get past because, you know, your friends already did and he's chasing you, so you could come here and you shoot out, you know, 1.5 panels. I say 1.5 because I don't count this one, it's too small to be a real panel. But you shoot out 1.5 panels and you just drop down here. I crouch because it's safer, and you know, you land right here. I mean, it looks like there's a hole here, but you're not gonna fall through it. It's an invisible wall. You just run off over here and, you know, you continue with your lap again.
Hey yo!
Now I'm gonna go this way back to where I was and show you other drops. Okay, so I was right here, right? And I showed you the poster drop. So, in a normal lap, you know, you wouldn't be using any of these. You'd still be running by. You would grab your ammo or anything you need here. Always grab ammo, because you'll definitely need it. And you run along, and you come through here. Now, if there's a tank, like right on this plant, you would take a car drop. So you could either run and jump on the tables and go, or you can do what I do when I see a tank. I jump onto the plant and just walk across, and I land. You just walk off, you don't jump, you walk right onto the top of the car, and you don't take any fall damage whatsoever. However, if you walk straight off, you have a greater chance of falling, so I, you know, run to the side a little bit so I don't have a chance of falling and taking fall damage.
Anybody hear me?
But don't jump, because you will definitely take fall damage that way, and you could actually in-cap yourself. I just don't suggest it. So I'm going to go back again. People like to use this shortcut. I mean, I don't chance it because there's this shortcut. Like, if I don't know why they use it. It doesn't really do anything other than maybe save you a second. But you can jump over this little plant here, and I don't use it because common can jump from above, and if they land on your head, you die instantly. You just fall to the ground, and it's like you got thrown really hard into the ground. I don't know why that glitch happens or why somebody would want to do that drop necessarily. But in a normal drop, you'd come this way, and you'd, you know, drop out of one of these 3 panels, or, you know, you could walk off there. If you were getting chased by a tank this way, you could go this way and, you know, use one of these 2 and walk off, but, you know, it's same difference. As long as you run and you just walk off onto this platform here, it really doesn't matter how. But let's say there's a tank on this bridge here, right? And you can't go this way because there's common and maybe a hunter or something chasing you, and there's a tank here, so you're cornered, right? Wrong. You can actually go this way and run and jump. You take 1 fall damage pretty much, but, you know, whatever, it's 1 health. You can run and you make it, and you're safe out, and you just continue your laps once again. Now, I believe there is one last drop.
Hello?
Here. It's this tree here. You can get over to the other side of the bridge by you run and you jump onto the tree, and then, you know, you jump onto that wooden platform. I don't use it because I've never successfully, like, done it very well, so I don't do it. Okay, common spawn spots besides that one charger spot over there. There, and there, and there, and there, and there, and on this bridge, smokers love to spawn there. Now, I don't shoot this glass. I try not to. I don't shoot through it. I don't shoot it down for any reason, because smokers spawn there, right? They can't smoke through the glass. So if, like, as long as you're not above it to where their tongues can go over, as long as you're down here, they can't smoke you. So you'd be safe. They also love to spawn here, but if you're doing a lap, like, they can even look at you for a long time. The whole time you're running through the lap, they won't smoke you unless you're staring at it. They might smoke your friend behind you, so watch for that, but there's nothing that's necessarily going to happen. They do spawn behind there. You drop down here. There's a tank over there. You run through. They can spawn here, but not usually if you're running laps correctly. The whole point of a cycle is to pretty much have common and tanks chase you while you deal with all the other SI, so it's not that bad. Jockeys and stuff likes to drop from right about there, so when you're running here, watch for them running along here. Because people running for ammo that don't look up, they'll look here and grab ammo and something will drop on their face and think that, you know, the game's cheating when they just weren't paying attention.
You guys hear me?
Smokers do like to spawn there, but they won't smoke you if that glass is there. But, you know, watch for them. Smokers and spitters and boomers and all the other SI like to stay here while you're over here, but they climb up as you drop down, which is why you never see them. When you're going this way, usually when you car drop, like when you're car dropping and there's common and stuff, which is why I wouldn't car drop all the time. Like chargers and common will be chasing you, so if you get hoarded right here, a charger comes by from over this area and just charges you. There's not much this way, maybe one smoker. I mean, there's really not much other than that. So, I mean, those are the common spawn spots. I mean, you know, other than that, just watch for what's in front of you and don't stay and try and shoot things a lot of the time. So I showed you how to defib already. Let's see what, oh, my opinion on
Grabbing some frag rounds.
ammo. Okay, so most people place them right here on the handlebars so you can grab them.
Hello!
I personally don't like either of them, but that's, you know, my personal opinion.
Grabbing fire bullets. Everybody grab some incendiary
But they place
ammo.
them like this. Okay, so I don't like the fire ammo because
Let's start some fires, people.
when you shoot, I mean, and you light something, I don't like the fire effect that comes off of it. I just don't, because I can't see past it anymore. So, I mean, I don't like it. And I don't really like the explosive ammo either, because of all the friendly fire that it causes. Like, if you're, like, near something and you shoot it, you see how my health is going down? It's just, I don't like that. Because everybody they'll, like, try and shoot over you or something, and then they'll cause friendly fire damage, and it's just a big hassle. However, I do like the grenade launcher. I love the grenade launcher. When you're alone, that's the best time to use it. I wouldn't use it when you have 4 people with you, but that's just me, because, I mean, like, you can kill stuff, like smokers and stuff, if you're not good at, like, aiming really quickly with a sniper rifle and getting a headshot. I mean, it's different. I mean, I like the Deagle. It's powerful. It has piercing shot. It only has 8 shots, but I'm bad with it, so I don't use it. I like the melee weapon, like I said. The only time I'd use explosive ammo is if you are alone, because you can stumble smokers and stuff like that when you are running. So, like, let's say you're not good at killing things and you have, like, a shotgun that has explosive ammo on it, and there's a smoker right here and the glass is shot. You can shoot it and it'll stumble like you just M2'd it. And that's what explosive ammo is used for.
Hello!
The bridge strategy. I might as well show you the bridge strategy while I'm here. Now, when people first start, a lot of, I guess you can call them competitive survival players, professional, I'm not sure what you want to call them. Anyway, people that play frickin' like 3 hours on this map or stuff like that, it's ridiculous. It's 2 hours, I was exaggerating, but they have one person here at the end clearing common and smokers. Smokers love to spawn here. They will pull you off because glass is usually shot out right here. And they will pull you off and onto this bridge, and you'll take a ton of fall damage when somebody clears you. That stuff is dangerous, okay? I don't like smokers on this map, really. They'll have one person here at this end, you know, shooting common and stuff down this way with a long-range weapon. Usually a shotty's over there. I mean, that's what a lot of people do anyway. Sometimes there's a person here, like, clearing, you know, like, common infected that come up the stairs, and special infected and stuff like that, shoot around. And then they'll have 1 to 2 people on this bridge, you know, near this ammo pile, and they'll shoot everything they see in this large area, all the special infected mainly. Smokers like to spawn in this area here, in this area, and they'll smoke you down and in-cap you if you're not paying attention, because let's say you'll be shooting down there this way and they'll smoke you off. So that's the main thing to look for. Tanks like to spawn down there, all the way down there at the end, or they will climb up this pole here. This pole you can see, this whole pole, and they'll climb up on this planter and throw rocks at you and chase you down. And they'll do the same thing for this pole. Same exact thing. They'll come up here, probably throw 1 rock, and then chase you. They also come up this pole, which is a very popular one because everybody can spam it, obviously. And they spam the crud out of the tank. And then they also climb up this one. Once or twice I've seen, not very common, but they can spawn here or whatever, or come through this way, but they usually don't. Very rare chance that they can climb up the stairs, like they'll walk up the stairs, but I don't really see them do it, like, ever. They'll spawn also down here too, like that way, but, you know, a lot of people are shooting, you know, another tank or SI, they don't usually do it. But the way that people usually do this bridge strategy is that they will, 3 people will spam the tank that's climbing up, while the other one clears common behind them while they chase. So let's say, like, a tank spawns up at this plant here, this plant right here, and, you know, it throws a rock and starts chasing them. The person here starts, you know, spamming when they're down there. They'll call out tank, and this person will come over here and, like, start spamming it on its way up. And, you know, the other 2 people will still be, you know, clearing common and SI. And then once the tank is up, you know, they'll say that the tank is up, and then the person that was standing, forget what the third person was. Oh, the second person on the bridge would be shooting at the tank. And then the last person would be still over here clearing all the common and occasionally look at the tank and then keep clearing and move forward. That way no common or SI run into the rest of the team shooting the tank, because then everybody would die. And I believe this concludes the mall survival lapse strategy tutorial. Oh, I forgot one thing. I'm sorry. I apologize. On the bridge, people usually like to hold 5 to 9 minutes. That's a certain amount of tanks is when they die usually. It's 5 and 9 minutes. Some people hold till 12 minutes, but I prefer 5 to 9 is when I would hold, and then you go into laps from there. Some people just hold the whole time. It's really up to your preference. But thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and this concludes the laps tutorial.